is your weekend homework, Year 5. You must make sure you watch this and then answer some questions that I will include in this video. Okay, so as you can see from my screen here, the stage, the sprites move around nicely. Now what I've got to do is every time I start I've got to press that button to make it go. Okay, so I've got the different sprites and they should move up and down, but they don't. Okay, there you go. Now they move up and down. I hadn't pressed the little green arrow to start it. So there's that sprite, and as you can see now, he can't, or she, walk through the walls, which is more like a proper game, isn't it now? It bounces off the walls. So how did I do that? Well, it was quite tricky actually. But in the end I just had to think about it carefully and it was obvious, but not at first. So what I needed to do was, like everything else, when the green flag is clicked, this is what I'm saying, I want to make sure that sprite 2, when it touches the wall, it doesn't go through like it does now. It just goes straight through. Well, that's not a very good game. You would catch the cat easily. So what I have to do is tell the program, tell the computer to not allow it to do that. So what the key thing was, that what I thought was right, when it hits the colour that the wall is made of, make it spin around and move away a little bit. And that's what happens here with the other sprite, with the cat sprite. You can see how it does it, yeah? So what I need to do was tell it to do that, and it's always going to do that. So we use an if statement. Here's one here. Okay. So this will continue throughout the game until I tell the game to stop, and it will happen forever if something happens. Okay. So if the sprite touches a colour, so if the sprite is touching this colour here, well, this colour here isn't my colour on the stage. So what I've got to do is look carefully. I click on that, and this little liquid dropper comes up like an ink dropper, and you've got to carefully, it's not easy, touch. And did you see what happened there? When I touched the wall, the colour changed there. I'll change it again. Okay, there you go. If I do it to that, well, that's not going to help me with my game. I need to make sure that if it touches the wall, something will happen. So what do I need to tell the sprite to do when it touches the wall? Well, I worked out eventually that if I got the sprite to turn around, so I'm going to use this one, it doesn't matter which direction, so it's going to turn around a half turn, which is 180 degrees, so it'd be on the different direction. What it's going to do then is to move a few steps, and I think 10 steps is probably okay, but I think I tried it and 15 was a little bit better. Remember, 15 steps isn't that big. When it moves 15 steps, it should then bounce it off, okay? And then it will work like this, hopefully. Now I might have made a mistake, I often do. Okay, press the green flag again to make sure it's working. And can you see, I can't go past. I can't go past, but I can go around. Now I'm going to ask you a question in a bit, and you're going to have to answer it. And this will help you answer the question. To make sure that you can get down the corridors, you can see my sprite is moving around the corridors okay, and it can get through those corridors and past the walls, but not there, but there. You have to have either a very small sprite, small enough to go through the corridors, or you have to make your corridors wider. Now if you don't, you will get stuck. For example, I'll show you now. If the sprite is a lot bigger, you see what I'm doing to make the sprite bigger, he's going to be, whoops, he's going to be stuck there. And I'm going to press the green flag to start it all again. And look what happens. He can't get out. He's trapped. So what do I do? Oh, I can get out that way. But then I'm stuck there. I can't get out. I have to either make the walls bigger, and I could change the walls by clicking on the stage onto the background, editing it, double click. And if I get the same colour as the wall and the brush side, not the wall, the corridors, I could make them a little bit smaller like that. That might help. But I think it is easier, press OK, to make the sprite smaller. There it is, shrink sprite. Keep pressing it until the sprite, press on green again to go, can get down the corridors. Will he fit? Let's see. Yeah. Oh, difficult, but he fits. All right. I like this kind of maze because I think it would be more interesting, and I think that the ghost would be able to catch him easier. Now here you go. If you want to learn about this thing that I do next, you're going to have to go on Google Drive and watch the other videos.
Oh no!
As you can see, it changes the costume of the sprite. And I've changed the sound because I was showing my Spanish teacher last night how to make this game. So you can have a go at doing that. Okay, so you'll get a question inserted into the video now, hopefully, as long as I've got the piece of software to do it correct. Alright, so good luck with that. I think it really makes the game more challenging, but more like a real game. So you have to chase one sprite around. Okay, hope it's useful, and I hope you all watch it because it's part of your homework. Have a great weekend. Bye bye.